seem to help a little bit. Right? Is when I go for this butterfly sweep, right? And I'm trying to elevate his foot. I don't want to just leave all this space here. See how he turned his hip to the ground? I'm not going to be able to attack that leg anymore. So instead, I want to underhook that leg. As he starts to pass that direction, I underhook that leg and pull his hip over the top. And encourage that foot to drop. You see? Now I can finish that sweep. Make sense?
Yeah, I'm right across.
Exactly. I'm trying to get him to turn his hips so that I can finish this. Okay?
That's why it does work so good.
Yep. And so, we're going to add a version of this. We're going to go to spider guard. Because it's my favorite. Because everybody thinks they can pass your guard when you do it. Alright? They call it the lasso sweep. Okay? Or you can do it straight from X guard 2, depending who you're going against. So, face the other way so that you guys can see my head. In guard. Alright, so most of you guys should be familiar with spider guard. I'm hooking the sleeves, I shrimp out, extend them out, and I start stepping on the legs to extend it. Right? This is your spider guard. I'm on a hip, I got one leg extended, and I'm getting movement. Okay? Now, the lasso means that whatever arm is bent, I'm going to wrap my leg out, okay, underneath, and tuck it in front of him. So that I got his arm basically wrapped around my leg. Okay? Here. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, so I still got him extended on that side, and I got his arm trapped in here. Okay? Now, John's going to try to pass my guard, and I'm going to let him. I'm going to tuck my foot in front of his belly. Try not to hook his guard, or hook his gi. And I keep my shin across his body. Right? So he thinks he's passing my guard. He's passing my guard. He's passing my guard. I still got his arm trapped. All right? Yeah? All right? No gi or in upper ranks, there is a bicep cutter here. Okay, but it's not legal in white belt, just to be aware, okay?
Yeah, it was just perfectly knotted right.
So, same thing here. I'm going to underhook his leg, load him up on top of me, and I try to touch my knee across his belly, touch it to the ground. Whoop, and come up on top. Again, I've got that bicep cutter with my hip, or I kick back into a knee on belly. Okay?
Do that one more time?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, we'll get there. Okay. So I show it from spider guard the first time. This time we're just going to go from a regular guard. So John's on top here. I get one hook, and I'm just going to wrap his arm and try to make space to get him in front of me. You see how I walk across him?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm not even worrying about controlling that hand. I'm just worried about make space, step on the hip, and I wrap. Whoop, wrap outside. So I got control of that arm. Right? And I'm kicking my leg across. I want him to try to pass. Alright? I'm going to shrimp out to get my knee back in front of him. Loading him up on my legs. And I knock him over. Whoop. Keep him pulling on that wrist the whole time. Alright?
Hang on to the wrist, and then you underhook the leg.
Yep.
And that's what basically pulls him on top of you.
I'm getting us perpendicular to each other, and my knee across his belly is what loads him up. Go back up. Yep. So here. You see? I'm using this leg. My knee comes to the ground to extend him over top of us. Okay? Into the ground. Kick that leg back so I don't bicep cutter him accidentally. All right, unless you
Accidentally.
unless you're going to get his prison mic, then you snap his wrist and his forearm at the same time. Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, so if you want to try it from spider guard, go for it. If you want to try it just from the lasso from guard, that's fine. But you got to make space in order to tuck that in. The lasso goes out and in, not in to out. Okay. It's funny how often you end up there, but then when you think about it, you mess it up. At least that's my excuse when I mess things up.
Do you start from like a high butterfly where you put your feet on his hips and you separate his elbows and then go for the lasso?
Yeah, absolutely. That's an option. Yep. You want to see it or you okay? So, control at least one sleeve, if not both. I like to attack it from spider. Especially since I like these sweeps and stuff, him coming back, but bam, my leg's already out and around, so I can get my hip out the other way. And I actually step across and encourage him to pass, right? And the harder he passes,
I use that knee to pull him on top and knock him over the other way.
And the chances of losing that knee,
It's okay. As long as I've got that lasso, I can keep him in front of me.
and you can strip out.
Exactly. And that's our back to our one-legged trim. Get that hip out and load him back up. Cool? All right, give it a shot. 1, 2, 3.